The Gill Moss Materials Recovery Facility uses state-of-the-art industrial processes to separate and sort the recyclable materials we put in our household bins. The MRF also houses the Discovery Centre, which promotes education about waste.
My name is Emma Hall and I am a Year 1 teacher at Egremont Primary School. So I've brought 5 and 6-year-olds with me today. We've been doing a topic on our beautiful world and how we're going to help our world to be a better place. We've come to see what happens when we recycle our rubbish, because we've had a look in our local area to see that actually people aren't looking after our local area and what we can do to help. So we've done lots of litter picking and recycling in school. We wanted to come and have some first-hand experience to see where our recycling goes afterwards.
So, today we're going to talk about rubbish. And there's a big pile of rubbish there on the screen, and I've got a big bag of rubbish there on the stage. Well done.
My name's Kirsty Martin. I'm the Waste Awareness Officer for Veolia here on Merseyside and Halton. We'll touch on topics like landfill sites. So this morning with the children, we've got them thinking about what it's like if they were to live next door to a landfill site, and the impact that would have on the families that actually do live next to landfill sites in England. Moving on from that, we think about some of the other options that we can do with our rubbish. So with the children this morning, because they were so young, we just looked at recycling and the items that go in their grey recycling bin for Wirral. So we talk about the Magic 6, the paper, the cardboard, the glass bottles and jars, food cans, drink cans and plastic bottles, because there's the target materials that we want. And this morning we've seen them sort through the rubbish to work out how long things take to decompose, rot away if they were to throw them in a landfill site. And then we've worked through a pile of rubbish to work out what could be recycled against what couldn't.
The first-hand experience to be able to see that, you know, it's not just one person's responsibility, it actually affects everything in our world. The learning opportunities to be able to see sorting out rubbish in their own bins, I just think it's a brilliant experience and a brilliant place to bring children to learn more about recycling.
Some people are still confused about what materials can go into our household recycling bins. The Discovery Centre has a mission to get the right message across at an early age.
Hands up if you've got a grey wheelie bin outside of your house. We're going to work out together what goes in our grey wheelie bin. We've got a big pile of rubbish there, and we're all going to get a chance to have a look at our rubbish and work out which wheelie bin it needs to go in. Whether or not we can recycle it in our grey wheelie bin, or it has to go to the dirty, smelly landfill site in our green bin. So in our grey bin, I've called her Mrs. Grey bin, the first thing that can go in is cardboard boxes. The second thing to go in our bin is anything made of paper. The next thing to go in are all our cans, our drink cans, anything that we drink fizzy pop out of, all of our plastic bottles, any shape, size or colour. And then finally, our glass bottles and jars, they can go in our grey bin.
One of the examples we did have from a school last year was about a child saying, I want to go home and tell my mum about the Magic 6. I want to sort through the wheelie bin myself to make sure we have got the right things in there. So I think, you know, it does work and the messages do get taken back home again, yeah.
The design of the Gill Moss Materials Recovery Facility deliberately included a safe viewing corridor to observe the inner workings of the plant. For many who come to the Discovery Centre, this provides the highlight of their visit.
I think the fact that you couldn't get the children away from the windows shows you that actually their learning experience has been just enhanced so much that they've been able to see it firsthand. A lot of them said, oh, I didn't know that happened and I didn't realise that it then went somewhere to make new things, and we've been talking a lot about what the next process is now, and so when we get back to school we'll build on all of that learning again. So I've just had a lot of wows and oohs and wow, look at that. So we've been really, really impressed, really have.
The big part of the visit here is going and having a look at our materials recovery facility through our walkway. So we go through the doors and we can have a look straight down onto the materials recovery machines that sort and separate out all the materials that come in the recycle bins. So the children really get a good feel for what happens with their recycling from home. And we'll take children here as young as 3 all the way up through the school programme. Colleges, universities and even adult groups can come in here because everybody's got different questions that they want answered. So it's a great way of capturing everybody throughout their life. And that's the great thing about our Recycling Discovery Centres. Because we do a lot of learning through play and activities, it's amazing how much information they take on board. The group that we've had in this morning, they'll be going back and they'll be telling their mums and dads what they've learnt today. So those messages are going back into the homes.
The children, I actually was a class last year with me and they loved it, being able to see the machines and what happens and where our rubbish goes. It's very much a cycle, I would say, in the Discovery Centre, that you can see where it starts off, what happens next and then where it goes to later on. So the hands-on experience for the children is just invaluable for their learning.